Labor intensive sectors are generally very price sensitive, and therefore the rupee value will play an extremely important role. Though of course we have seen that in the recent past rupee has also depreciated, but if we look into a long term horizon of 3 to 5 years, rupee has performed well in the term that it has appreciated as compared to other currency. While this is a good sign for Indian economy, but not so for the export, because real effective exchange rate of rupee is much more than what is being today, and that's why if we want to compete with the country, we have to look into that. Another challenge which is being faced by India in this is the skill. The skill set is still not up to the mark, and in the labor intensive sector, skilling of worker is extremely important. Secondly, we have to look into the product design and innovation also in some of the labor intensive sector. We have some of the excellent institute. There is need to have a closer interaction between academia and the industry, so that we not only design but we also innovate new product in the labor intensive sector. Our competition will definitely intensify as China is now moving into these market to take advantage of the wage arbitrage. But if we put our focus on the skilling, and if we manage our currency very well in the sense that it is allowed to move toward its real effective exchange rate, we can definitely compete in the labor intensive sectors of exports.